with Barndo. You see here Aussie Addicts versus Predominance, week 10 of CWL, a loss for us, season 3. So that puts us at 6-4, fighting to make the finals. I think it's going to determine what happens next weekend, a few results, all that kind of stuff. So 1 point loss. Where did we go wrong? Probably our Town Hall 10 versus 11s. They got 2 10v10s. We only got the 1. And we only got the 1 because of the number of attacks we used. 12 attacks to get the 3 bases. Much too much. We've got to have a look at all of that this week and how we're analysing and all that kind of stuff. So it's just one of those things. Sometimes we're doing shit hot, sometimes we're doing poor. So, it's something that we'll work with in the week, and hopefully next weekend we can turn that around. So where are we looking here? Just the 1 hit down fail for us, 1 hit down fail for the opponents. Looking at our team first, you can see some of the results here. So 1 hit down fail each. We did really, really well on the Town Hall 9s, which has been a growing trend for a while. We only did get 8 fresh hit downs out of the breakdown of 18 Town Hall 9s, but at the same time, they only got 5, and we used 9 opens. So 9 opens to 3 with the Town Hall 9s, and 2 hit downs from both teams, and the 10s just took out fresh bases to use the remaining hits for opens. So really, really good war, easy to organise with, and any of those kinds of wars make it easy for the Barndo, and it makes it a much more enjoyable war for me. We had 3 6-packers on each team. They did really, really well on the 10 versus 11s as well. They got us 5 attacks to clear our 3 bases. So shit hot, gave them extra 10v10 options, and that's why they got the 3 stars and got the extra point on that. So let's get into the attacks. We'll have a look at turning that volume down pretty much first thing. Let's you can see I love me volume. Anyone that's played around me knows I love me volume. Where are we? Player Warhead back in the 3-star circle. Going in with a suicide, you're going to see huge value on the suicide. This was the 3rd Town Hall 10 versus this base tier 2, only a tier 2. So the first hit we couldn't work off too much, but the second hit came really, really close, and we just tweaked that a little bit to get it. So you see the suicide with 3 wizards getting 1, 2 arch towers, 2 wizard towers, 1 Tesla, and then the queen, she'll run up top. She also gets a cannon and a mortar. So 2, 4, 5, 7 defences in total for the heroes and 12 unit space. So brilliant transfer. But what that's done is that's fixed up the pathing, so we can send in some loons to piggyback onto that arch tower and then onto the air defence. Probably could have got away with just using the 4, but we wanted to make sure we definitely got it down. That triggered a heat seeker on the air defence, and then got those 2 minions, which caused a bit of grief on the previous hit. So we just popped them down, and that means we could put those minions at the start to just continue on to clearing trash afterwards. So we'll speed this up now, the lava loon portion of it. Unfortunately, the queen didn't go into the air defence cell. That's what we were hoping for that. She didn't go in too early, and she would have got a nice freeze otherwise. So, yeah, fairly straightforward with the lava loons. And just the 1 haste spell left at the end. The baby dragon was hoping that would trigger off towards the Inferno, but it's only a level 2 Inferno, so you can ride the rays there for a little bit. So well done, Mr. Warhead. You can hear I've got some farming going on. It's a Sunday night, so I get to do a little bit of extra farming after that as I cool off from CWL. So, yeah, last week of Rising. Lots of stuff happening at the ACA. We've got another event war we're going to do in a couple of weeks, which is going to be... oh, shit, I didn't preview these. Let's just have a look randomly at some of the numbers. I know some of the players. So this is Mark DS. He's gone in with a Shattered Golaloon. Yeah, we've got a 10 versus 10 war we're going to do. Hopefully we get between 80 and 100 players. We can do a 40 versus 40, or even a 50 versus 50 would be nice. We've got potluck this week. And MLCW wise, we've only got the 1 team left, with Aussie Woot Woot taking on Houston's Elite this afternoon. You see Mark DS going in here. Hound in the Clan Castle, jumping in. Pretty solid kill squad there. Only had a couple of bowlers and Wizzy's walk, whereas Queenie followed that hound, which is nice. Old Jimmy Bob in the midfield there. He's going to rage and he's going to do some damage. Yes, he is. Those Golemites, they're going to explode and kill that. No, but I like how he's chosen his path in there. I don't know if that was intentional from the start. That was the plan, but that just gives that Queen that extra time to get that air defence down, which is good. Pops that. And you can see a pretty straightforward lava loon. So well done, Mark. Great hit. Whoa, look out. Teslas all over the place. So you can see sometimes the troll Teslas, they may get a win. But in this case, he had a couple of extra loons and has worked them well. Sometimes, unfortunately, they if you had have had them in midfield or stopping the pathing of midfield, they might have actually broken an attack. So it's funny to see sometimes. Baby Dragon being pretty much the last thing on the floor almost got him the defend. So because those loons had to go the whole side, check side of the base, they picked up the extra air traps. What are we looking at here? We're looking at Eiffel. I had the pleasure of chatting to Mr. Finn on Discord to help him with this plan. And I think that's about the first time I've heard him there. Bit of an Aussie bogan voice. Loved it. It was good fun. Always love getting on Discord with new people from the ACA. You can see there it goes in with the 4+2 Lightning Dragon Lava Loon combo. The Queen Suicide, just swapping the Queen for the air defence. No need to use Jimmy Bob at the same time. And you can see with the specific pathing of Jimmy, he's going to hit that and then he is going to run down. So gets those two parts of the raid going, then he will start his main phase. You see here, I like this trigger loon. That's just in case to test the clan castle, and if there is a heat seeker there, which it happens on occasion, it will get them out. So you can see Dragon in the clan castle, Baby Dragon in the clan castle, just taking that rather than taking the two hounds. Pops out a couple of loons. They're mainly just to help with those Teslas there, but in the end don't really get through too much. Sometimes you can also again bite a secondary heat seeker with that. So you can see as well, Jimmy Bob, he's worked his way there. He got rid of a mortar and just cleared a lot of trash. That means the dragons don't have to clear through as much. You can see the loons didn't have far to travel, so they didn't really need any spells being on the outside there. Holds on to the rest of them. He's going to get a bit of trash out. Chucks in his last loon. He's got a few minions and a baby dragon still. So you see Jimmy Bob use his ability and almost on full health. So a lot of the time this combo is based around sacrificing your heroes together, but when you pick out the times like this raid here where the Queen, she's going to get that air defence. If you had have thrown Jimmy in with it, really wouldn't have done much difference, whereas this base here, he has absolutely slaughtered it. So great hit there, Mr. Finn on Eiffel. What do we got? Number 21, 3 stars, 22, Wildcat. Let's have a look at Wildcat. It's been a while since we've seen a Wildcat raid. 22, what are we going in here with a witch slap? Where are we going with the witch slap? Braveheart, attacking Braveheart. Starts off quite slow, gets his funnel going, so that's good. So he must be running the middle through these. It's quite a hard midfield to do because then you'll find there's nothing in the middle section of that first cell that's going to draw it in there unless there's Teslas. So let's have a look at this in a bit of mo. He's got a golem on one flank, healers on the other flank. It's interesting picking brains for people that run these witch slaps. It's not a raid that I'm big on, but to see when they use a healer instead of using a golem on one. So it's to do with air defense positioning as well sometimes. But for a fresh hit, you see there a baby dragon witch, I think, was in the clan castle. Those healers, a couple of bowlers walk. That doesn't matter too much. They're just going to sit with the witches. The golem did its job, got down. The witches are now taking over on that cannon. So absolutely smashed that base. Witches, healers everywhere. Old Jimmy Bob's just slapping away at that town hall. Unfortunately, that healer doesn't want to swap. There it is. Hello. Gives Jimmy a bit of a kiss of life. Swag ability on the old Queensy there. Great raid there, Mr. Wildcat. And let's have a look. What do we got here? Mark DS 25, 27, and who at 30? Oh, Dennis. Let's have a look at Dennis. I'm going to guess it's going to be air. Well, we've got another dragon, a lightning lava balloon, so I guess seeing one in the raid is good. Let's see two and see how Dennis does it. A lot of the time Dennis has done well with running the heroes together and pathing them off separate. So Jimmy, you see, he's going to run clockwise, and the Queen is going to run it counterclockwise. Let's have a look at that clan castle. So the Queen is not going to be triggering that clan castle, you would imagine, and Jimmy is not going to be triggering it running around the top. Maybe that's why he chose to do that. Outside giant bombs. Old Queensy, so not a lot of huge defences, but the Tesla giant bomb, that's always going to slow things down. Starts the Dragons, has 2 air defences on that tail end there. Lightnings are spent. That's usually quite a bit to have, but you can see there he's got 1 rage for the Dragons. They're going to chomp through the Queen as a poison, and from memory this had a baby dragon with a long archer chain. Yep. Got to remember with your clan castles, you see that baby dragon coming out first, you always stack your archers in first, baby dragon at the end. Tisk tisk. 2 haste spells for the air phase. So you see, oh wow, that dragon just got smushed. 2 heat seekers on 1 dragon. It's unfortunate when you get hit by air attacks that are dragons and they both trigger 1, whereas obviously they would both of them would come close to killing a hound. You see there 3 wizard towers at the end. Loon's getting soaked. Half a hound, so unfortunately just slowly going through. Heatseeker hits that loon there, unfortunately doesn't get the pop on the hound, but gets to 3 stars. So great hit there, Mr. Dennis. Thank you very much, Predominance. I think they're definitely going to be one of the power players of this season's finals. Certainly got the 10v11s on schmick, on point. Got the 10v10s early, and they almost cleared all our 10s, just the one there where I was fall and player Warhead, but did have a crack at trying to 10v10 that as well. So yeah, that's about it for me. Look forward to next week versus EOV and trying to fight to get into the finals. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and clash on.